Hello shifters. So I just finished filming this video and I just wanted to put in a little message for you guys. First of all, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who responded to my Google Forms. I appreciate and love you all so much. I also just wanted to say I do talk a lot in this video. This is one of the longest videos I've made for you guys. So I'll try to put some timestamps in the description. And I'm sorry for the yap session. And I hope you enjoy. And I did my best to answer as many of these questions as I could. I also didn't have a script for this video. I just did my best and just rolled with it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new shifting video. And today we are doing a Q&A. So I have had a bunch of responses on my Google Forms. So thank you to everyone who has responded. The links are in the description below if you would like to fill out a Google form for another video. The Q&A one is still open. I'm just responding to the ones that are in there right now, but they're still open. So, yeah, we're gonna get straight into it. So, I have them right here on my laptop. It says I got 7 responses, so thank you to everyone who responded. So with the Q&A, this was one where you could ask questions about anything on reality shifting, like methods or just opinions or questions, like anything, or even about me or my journey or like my channel, anything. Shifting Q&A, anything related to reality shifting, you can ask. So let's go through some of them. We're gonna jump straight into here and I am so excited. Okay, first response, they chose to remain anonymous. So, let's see, they asked 1 question. You could ask up to 10 questions in here. So, yeah, I put like 10 different boxes, so you could ask up to 10 questions. Question 1, how do I convince myself to shift? I say affirmations every day, visualize, meditate, etc. But like, I don't know. Okay. Also because I don't really have like a script or like notes on this video, if it takes me a while to come up with things to say, just bear with me. How do I convince myself to shift? Okay, do you mean in methods? Like while you're doing a method, convincing yourself that you are gonna shift, or just day to day? I'll cover things multiple times. Just so you know, it just seems like you're trying everything and you're still living in the idea that you haven't shifted, right? So something I would suggest is looking into law of assumption. And okay, so I'm gonna give you just a little bit of like words of advice, just multiple things, okay? So just to motivate you too, just know that you will shift, you can shift, like everybody shifts every day. I shifted this morning. I'm not even joking. I can do a thing on that later. Like everybody can shift. You already have shifted. Every time you manifest something or make a decision, you have shifted. I know you've probably heard this a million times. Bear with me here. Something I think could help you. Live in the future. It just seems like you could be viewing shifting as a future thing. Everybody can take this advice, by the way. This isn't just for this one person. Like, everybody can take this advice. But time isn't linear, okay? We as beings have to perceive time as linear and that there is a past, present, future. But literally, all geniuses, I think Einstein said it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Take that with a grain of salt. But they literally said, the past, present, and future all happen simultaneously at once. They all happen. We just have to perceive it as linear. But you can choose what timeline you're living in. You can make the future happen right now, where you have shifted. That's why people say you are already in your DR, because time isn't a thing. Time isn't real. It's all happening at once. You are already in your DR at once, like right now. You just kind of have to click into that. And so a lot of people do is use law of assumption to help click into that. Or they use methods to help click into that. So I would suggest going with like law of assumption. Ignore the 3D. The 3D isn't controlling you here. Okay, this is just how we're perceiving things right now. The 3D doesn't control you. Make the 3D your bitch. Genuinely. I'm gonna make a video soon on how you can start applying law of assumption, by the way. That will be the next video coming out. I just really wanted to do this one first, but that's gonna be in the next video, so really stay tuned for that. Where was I going with this? Something about the 3D. Hang on. But just learn to ignore the 3D and change your reality around you. So just look into law of assumption. That would be my suggestion. And stop living in the past. Like, you can shift. You really can. You can also reprogram your mind to help you believe in things. Listen to subliminals to help your subconscious start tapping into this thing. And affirmations honestly do help. Like, even just robotic affirmations, just saying them. Another thing actually I have for affirmations. Don't say them because you're trying to change something. Say them because you genuinely believe them. If I say the sky is blue, why am I saying the sky is blue? Am I telling myself, oh, the sky is blue, the sky is blue, the sky is blue? No, I'm just saying the sky is blue. Like, it's obvious to me. The sky is blue. I shift every day. This chair is black. I shift every day. I decided to dye my hair purple because I wanted to. I shift every day. You can start applying that as well. Say affirmations because you believe them, not because you're trying to believe them. Okay, that was advice I heard a long time ago. I genuinely don't remember where. But yeah, I hope this helps. If you have any sort of questions, excuse me, sorry, my voice. If anyone has any sort of questions, you can answer them. You can ask them here or even in the comments. I will totally help out in the comments. So thank you, Anonymous, for asking your question, and I hope that helped you. I yapped for like 8 minutes there. Okay, this person asked 10 questions. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This person is Raisin Blaze. The name will be right here. Thank you, Raisin Blaze. I'm so excited to answer these. Question 1. Did you ever shift, and if so, what is your favorite DR? I'm using law of assumption, but haven't like fully shifted to my DRs yet. I've like mini shifted, of course, and I've just shifted to alternate realities of this one through manifesting and stuff. But I can answer my favorite DR. Right now, my favorite DR is MHA, and I have been shifting there for like a year now. So this is like my longest, most consistent DR. I've just never given it up. I love it so much. So that DR is very, very special to me. So yeah, I have like mini shifted to, I think it was my Harry Potter DR. I think. I just remember I was like lying in bed. Yeah, it was. I was lying in bed and I woke up in the morning, but like my eyes were shut. Like, you know when you wake up and you just automatically open your eyes? When I woke up, my eyes were shut. Like, I just had my eyes shut and I was like aware I was awake. I don't know why. And it felt like I was not in my room around me. Like, I felt like I was in a different bed. Like, I swear, like, I could visualize this room perfectly. I was in a bed with like a canopy above me. I didn't open my eyes. This was all visualizing with my eyes shut. I just knew what room I was in. But I was in a bed with like a canopy above me, and there was like a little area. I think it was supposed to be my Slytherin dorm in Hogwarts. And there was like another bed on the other side, and there was like maybe a window over here, and the door was like on that side. It was just really, really weird. And then like I really got in my head. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so real. And then for some reason my brain was trying to like remember the room from my CR, like this room. I was like, wait, why can't I visualize this room? Why am I visualizing this random room? And I was so focused on, I don't know why, I was like half asleep, okay? And then I was so focused on trying to visualize this one. And then I was like, no, go back to the other one. Because then I started like forgetting that room. I don't really know how to explain it. But yeah, and then I opened my eyes and it was here. But it was still really weird that I could perfectly visualize this random, like, I think it was my Slytherin dorm room. So, which is weird because I scripted I would wake up on the train. So that's why I was like freaking out a little bit. I was like, why am I here? So Yeah, that's like a little mini shift story I've had. Question 2. Do you care about scripting or do you personally go with the flow? I love both, to be honest, but I love going with the flow. Or I'll just... Anybody ever do this? Where, like, any little inconvenience happens, I'm just like, this doesn't happen in my DR. Immediately, in my mental script. I mostly have a mental script, but I do like having a physical script. Just for, like, things like what my outfits look like, what my hair looks like in my MHA DR, like how my wings look, because I have wings. I can talk about my DR if you really want. Just how different things look in my reality, or like different visuals is what I mostly have scripts for, or scenarios. So those are mostly the only things I really script, because I remember I used to work on like I used to do crazy scripting with just realities, but now I think the only thing I really do is like make my room and my atmosphere. That is like something I really script with, especially the Rooms app. Well, I don't have the Rooms app. I go on the website. You can go to rooms.xyz, I think. And it's like a website, or you can get it on your iOS in the App Store. I have a Google Pixel, so I don't have that. But like I mostly like try and build my room or whatever, just have better visuals, because I really like seeing the visuals. So, or drawing, definitely drawing. So those are like the only things I really script. Otherwise I go with the flow. Question 3, what was your first shifting experience? Probably that mini shifting one. I would say actual shifting, not actual shifting, but more manifesting one would be like what happened this morning. I'm not even kidding, this morning. I want to tell that actually. Okay, buckle your seatbelts. So, a few days ago, like 2 days ago, I went to the mall with my friends, right? And then, I needed a little extra money, and so my dad offered to give me some money, right? And so he was handing me some bills. I thought he had like 3 different bills, and when he handed it to me, I only had 2 in my hand, and I was like, oh, did I drop something? And I was looking around, and I was like, oh, I guess I didn't drop anything. And I was like, okay, maybe he only gave me 2, and I imagined 3, right? And so yeah, I put it in my wallet, and before I was like reaching in my bag to grab my wallet with the money in my hand, I checked my bag, there was nothing in there. So yeah, so I went around the mall shopping, I was like la da da da, had fun. And then when I got home and I was talking to my dad, he was like, oh, so I gave you like this amount of money. And I was like, no you didn't, you gave me this amount. And he was saying he gave me like 3 of the bills, I only had 2. And so I was like scared. I was like, oh my god, did I just drop this freaking bill? I was like, no, maybe you accidentally took it back. So we're kind of going back and forth like, no, I swear. And I was like, oh my god, I'm so scared now. And he was like, it's okay. Maybe I just took it back. I was like, I don't know. And so I have really bad anxiety. So like literally last night I could not sleep. But he suggested maybe it dropped in your bag. I don't know. But I had checked my bag, and I had been walking around, and I was putting things in my bag, taking things out of my bag, and it was a bright bill. We have Canadian money. Our money is like Monopoly money. It's bright. So like I would have been able to see it, and I didn't. So I was like terrified. And last night I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I dropped that bill. And then I had an idea. I was like, no, you know what? It is in my bag. It probably is in my bag. It's okay. It's in my bag. And this is important, I even had doubts. My doubts were coming in and was like, no, you freaking dropped it. You're an idiot. You freaking dropped it. And then I was like, no, it's okay. It's probably in my bag. I dropped it in my bag. That's where I dropped it. You're right. I did drop it. I dropped it in my bag. And I was convincing myself I dropped it in my bag. And then I went to sleep. And then when I woke up, I was still anxious about it. So this is another thing, like I woke up and then I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I dropped it, right? I'm just using this as like a parallel with reality shifting. Like when you're telling yourself you're gonna shift, and then you go to sleep and you wake up and you're like, oh my god, I didn't shift, I'm gonna shift. This is like a parallel to that. I was convincing myself still. I was like, no, it's okay. It's in my bag. It is in my bag. I dropped it in my bag. It's gonna be in my bag when I check. And because I'm not a morning person, I like sleeping in, I went back to bed. And when I woke up, I forgot about it. And I was like, okay. And I'm going about my morning routine. And then I see my bag in the corner, and I was like, I'm gonna check my bag. I open it. Bright bill. Untouched, on top, in my bag. And I had checked my bag during the mall. I was taking things in and out. I was going through it. There was no bill in there. This morning, there was a bill in my bag. So, I guess I shifted here. I don't know. But, I literally this morning, I was like, oh my god, that is like crazy how, that is like a crazy shifting thing that happened, you know? So, yeah, I call that a crazy shifting experience. I know I said my first shifting experience, so I like to consider this one of my, like, first shifting ones. So, yeah, that happened this morning. I found the bill in my bag, so maybe I didn't check right. I could have. You know, I'm telling myself, no, I literally manifested that shit, that the bill was in my bag, and it's okay, I found it. So, question 4, where did you learn shifting or the concept of quantum jumping? TikTok. It was late 2022, and I'm there scrolling on TikTok, and I'm so sad I cannot remember the video for the life of me. I want to know what video got me into shifting. But I'm that person where if there's something on TikTok and I don't understand it, I'm going to search it in TikTok. Every time someone's like, oh, this. I'm like, oh, what's that? I always click the search or search it myself. Yeah, this, I just typed out, like, what is reality shifting? I was like, this is weird. And then I was listening to this girl talk about it. She was like, explaining shifting in 60 seconds. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, I'm so confused. I'm like, is this, like, real? Or is it lucid dreaming? Because I've been doing lucid dreaming for a while. That was my way of escaping reality. In 2020, I found about lucid dreaming. I don't know how I did. I almost ended up on Shift Talk in 2020. But I was on lucid dreaming page, so I really could have found it in 2020. I'm kind of glad I didn't, though. And so, yeah, I was just going down this huge rabbit hole, like the biggest rabbit hole I've ever done. I Googled it. I went on Reddit and everything. I found so much misinformation on 2020 Reddit. Like, oh, it was crazy. And so I'm just, like, so confused. I'm like, and literally this was the only question I had. I was like, okay, I kind of understand it now, but is it real life? Or is it, like, imagining? Or, like, is it as real as this? Reality. It is. So, yeah, 2022 and then, like, early 2023 I started learning about it. So, and it's 2025 now. I almost said 2024. It's 2025 now. It's been like 2 years. Question 5, are you planning to perma-shift? No. Not me. Maybe when I'm, like, old and gray, like really freaking old, I probably will perma-shift or just travel realities. I don't know, but I'll go to a bunch of different realities, but I don't think I'll ever perma-shift unless I die here. Then I'm just gonna continue, like, shifting. I have weird beliefs. I believe that, like, my soul will just continue on and then I can just shift whenever I want. So no, I don't. I'm happy here. No, not against perma-shifting or perma-shifters at all. So that I'm not going to. Question 6, what is your reason for wanting to shift? If it's too personal, you don't have to tell. That is such a good question. Oh my god, thank you. Ooh, this is, like, taking me back. Why do I want to shift? This is a good question you should ask yourselves too. Why are you still trying? Why do you want to shift? I think it's just because I want to explore and I want to just go to all these different realities because it's fun. And, like, since I was a kid, actually, one of the things I wanted to be real was Pokemon when I was a kid. I so badly wanted Pokemon to be real. I would cry because I was sad that I couldn't go on journeys and go catch Pokemon and be with Ash Ketchum. And I remember one time as a kid, I was like, I wonder if there's a parallel reality where Pokemon exists. And I want to try and get there. And I kind of forgot about it. It's just so crazy. I fully believe shifting was destined to find me, and I was destined to shift. But it's just really crazy. So I think now it's just I want to just explore different things and have different experiences and just have fun in life and then help other people shift. Yeah, another reason why I want to shift, to give story times to everyone out there. So yeah, I think that's, like, my main reason. And because it's freaking fun. And it's like literally endless. I can do whatever I want. It's so freeing. And I really like it. So, thank you. What is your plan for future content on your channel? Shifting stories. Tons and tons and tons and tons of shifting stories and just advice to help you shift. Different experiences I've had. I want to make shifting fun again. I want to bring back reality shifting, TikTok or YouTube. I really want to do that, and this has been my plan since I found shifting. I was like, oh my god, when I shift, I'm going to make so many story times. And so, yeah, I plan on coming up with a whole bunch of story times and just helping out in the best way I can. So, yeah, future content. I'm definitely going to make a law of assumption video and just more of these and lots of shifting stories. As many as I can. And some stuff about my DRs. Have you considered the idea of respawning? I've definitely thought about it, but I'm not going to. But I've definitely thought about it, like, whoa, wouldn't it be crazy if I, like, went to a reality and I just forgot about reality shifting, but I scripted I would find it again? And I always think, like, what if that happened here? Like, what if this is my respawn and I just scripted I would find shifting? Like, I always think about that. I think respawning is really, really scary to me, honestly. I would never do it just because I want to remember my shifting journey. And I want to remember this life and continuing to shift to others, you know? So I don't think I'll ever respawn to Harry Potter or MHA or anything like that. But I do think it's really cool. Question 9. For beginners who feel like shifting is a near impossible task, what advice would you give them? I get you, girly. If you think shifting feels nearly impossible, I feel you. But the only thing I can really tell you is, like I said, just look into law of assumption as well. I'm not like a huge law of assumption person, but some of the things in there have helped me so much. Ignoring the 3D and just living life as if it's so easy and you already have it. I promise you it does make it easier when you live as if it is easier. I'm gonna go let my dog in. I'll be right back. Again, another thing I would always suggest is, what's it freaking called? Reprogramming the mind. I know I say it. Sorry, I'm fixing my chair. I know I say it all the time, but genuinely it does help. I'm telling you. Listening to subliminals can help as well. And I would also start with simple manifesting to help yourself know it's easier. This is actually a big thing right now. Practice manifesting the smallest things and then start going bigger and bigger. Like how I manifested that money bill in my bag. Just start manifesting. I promise you, it makes it feel so much easier. It really does, because then you're like, oh my god, manifesting is so easy. If you apply the way, and once you figure out how you manifest, or the ways you manifest, and what works for you, how you set your intention to manifest, and what works when you manifest, you can use those methods to shift. And they don't have to be huge methods. You can just use those little techniques or those little ways you plant intention to shift. So that is actually a big piece of advice I have. Practice manifesting. And then I promise you will find ways that can help you reality shift. So, yes. If you did shift, what was your method? Genuinely now, my methods are just like, my methods are so simple. I just set an intention, I guess. But it's such as, I want to talk about the specific way I set intention. I just kind of think about it and then forget it. Or I try to anyway. If I focus too much on the intention, then sometimes I feel like it won't work, but it usually does. I just set an intention of some sort. Find out how you set an intention. Because I feel like there's multiple ways to set intention. So figure out what your way is. Obviously I do a little more than set intention. Like I kind of just try and get into the headspace that I know what I'm doing. Everything does work out. And the 3D is my bitch. I take the 3D how I want. My 4D is correct. Affirmations too, like that. And then like actual like actual reality shifting methods, I would say, are lucid dream method is a big one right now for me. So, yeah. Thank you so much, Raisin Blaze, for the questions. You asked some really, really good questions. So, thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, we have Anonymous here. Question 1. Do you believe that when shifting is being used as a form of escapism, is it actually impossible to shift? No. I think you can shift even when using it as a form of escapism. I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't. I'm just saying you can. It's not impossible. Nothing makes shifting impossible. Only you, really. And even then, like, nothing makes shifting impossible, actually. Like, not even your doubts. Unless you're telling yourself, I never, ever, ever want to shift, I won't ever shift, then I guess then you won't ever shift. But if you're here, that's probably not the case. Yeah, I don't think it's impossible to shift if you're using it as escapism. Question 2. What is the real purpose of existence when something like shifting exists? Like, you know, with shifting, you can become whatever you want and experience whatever you want, so it kind of feels like nothing really matters. Your thoughts on that? Ooh, this is a good question. Oh my god, you guys have some good questions. Shit, okay. Actually, I'm excited to answer this one. Oh my god, I was just talking about this, like, earlier. Like, shifting. I have weird beliefs. I believe that, like, my soul will just continue on and then I can just shift whenever I want. So, how, like, I have so many thoughts on, like, shifting and so many different beliefs. This is, like, one of the things, like, purpose of existence. I think everybody has a different purpose. And if you find shifting and you're doing it for, like, 5 years, like, even less than that, if you've been doing it for so long and you're not gonna give up, you are destined to shift and you are meant for shifting. That amount of motivation and determination, some people have been doing it for like half a decade. Like, the commitment is crazy. Like, good to know nobody in the shifting community has commitment issues, because oh my god, like, I just know that people who put in the work like that deserve to shift 1,000,000%, because you are putting in so much effort and it is gonna pay back. Karma is a thing and it's gonna pay you back, and you can become whatever or experience whatever you want. So this is actually something I want to talk about. When I, like, get really, really old, I am definitely going to go to different realities, I think, and just talk about and explore shifting in other realities, and talk about shifting in other realities, and just go to all kinds of different ones, you know? I believe that when you find shifting, like, you can be immortal. Like, genuinely. Like, in a sense, like, because we're already existing. So you can choose whatever reality you want to exist. You can respawn in another reality. I might do that in, like, a really, 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 really long time from now, maybe. But then I'll skip it. I find shifting, and then I shift on, like, my first try, and it's so easy because I'm not doing all this process again. But now I'm, like, not scared of death or anything like that. I've never been scared of death, but, like, if you're scared of death, you don't really have to be, because you can just shift, you know? So, yeah. How did you discover shifting? TikTok. Yeah, I already answered this one, but thank you for asking as well. Do you have somebody in real life who also shifts realities? Not actively, I don't think. Like, my friends know about it. I think they've known about it before I did. I don't know. We all know about reality shifting, but we don't really talk about it anymore. So, it's whatever. I don't know if they know I still consistently shift, but yeah, I don't know. They're not, like, consistently shifting realities or anything like that. I don't really think they're really doing it anymore, but that's fine. Like, we don't really talk about it anyway, and they wouldn't be opposed to me shifting at all. Like, probably, actually, you know what? Like, when I have, like, a full-fledged shift and I'm just like, oh my god, I shifted, I will probably tell them. I will probably tell my best friends and be like, oh my god, guys, I shifted. And they'll be like, that's cool, bro. And then, like, we'll see what happens from there. So, also, my brother knows about reality shifting. He doesn't do it actively either, but he likes you sometimes like hearing about it. So, do you think that shifting and manifesting is the same thing? Yes. Yes. Shifting and manifesting are absolutely the exact same thing. Just different extents, you know? But, like, I like to think of reality shifting like you're actually traveling to another reality. That's how I like to think of it, is that I'm actually traveling to realities just because it's fun to think that way. But genuinely, I believe it is just manifesting. You are just manifesting that reality around you. Sorry, my voice is so raspy. I sound like a 50-year-old smoker. Shit. But yes, I do believe that shifting and manifesting are the same thing, and they are both just as simple. Okay? So, yeah, that's my answer to that one. And last question, question 6. When people shift into different realities and FE die there, why do they come back to their original reality? Is there still some connection between the person or their OR? I haven't looked into this too much, but I've heard some people say that when you die in your DR, some people do have the idea of coming back here, and some people have said that they have died in their DR and then had an afterlife in that DR. I guess it just depends on how you perceive it. If you believe that you will return to your original reality after dying, then that's what's probably going to happen to you. I think that's what happens. But if you kind of intend, then you'll probably have an afterlife in your DR. I think it all depends on the person, you know? I don't fully know about this. This one I might have a problem answering. I think, okay, my answer to this is, I think it really depends on what you intend. If you are kind of just thinking, or your subconscious believes that you will be sent back to your original reality, then you probably will be. Is there still some connection between the person and their original reality? I think it all just depends on intention, and I feel like so many people believe that we are bound to this reality, but we really aren't. This is just the reality we were born in, but we're used to. Like, we've been living here for God knows how many years. How many years you are. I'm 17, so like I've been living here for 17 years. So it's like, this is home, and I'm just used to it. And so finding out about shifting, it just feels like I'm always going to come back here and this is my reality. So yeah, that could be the case for other people too. I hope that kind of made sense and answered that question. Yeah, thank you so much for the answers. This person decided to remain anonymous, and that is perfectly fine. So thank you for the questions. They were really, really good. All right, this is from Meowsers. Hello, Meowsers. Thank you for your time. Happy shifting. Thank you for your time, Meowsers. Thank you so much. I genuinely appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you guys answering all my Google forms. Like, I cannot thank you enough. This makes me so happy. Question 1. Hi, I just keep on doubting myself. I keep on telling myself it's real, but then I freak out and tell myself reality shifting is fake. I need confirmation. Is it really real? I will tell you right now, it is real. And this is from an outsider's perspective. I've also had, okay, I'm gonna do a couple things to help break it down for you. I totally understand needing confirmation. I actually kind of have a hot take. I don't like when reality shifters, especially on TikTok, will get mad at people for wanting confirmation. It is part of human nature to question things and wonder if things are really real, or what if this is all an inside joke. That is just a natural thing that people do, and that is perfectly okay. It is perfectly okay, Meowsers, to need confirmation. So I just want to put that out there. Now, as someone who, if you're still like up to this point in the video and you've seen all the previous bits, you know that I just shifted this morning finding the dollar bill, and I'm also a logical person. Maybe I accidentally left that in my bag and I had no idea. I am a very logical person too, and there are so many times where I'm like, is it really real? But then I remember it really is, and there is scientific proof I can kind of give you. Not full scientific proof, but just, I always use manifesting as an example, and manifesting is so real, and so that makes shifting real automatically, right? Also, the fact that people are so dedicated to shifting. They've gotten tattoos about shifting. They are just so in tune with their DRs and so connected. I've had dreams of memories from my desired realities. It is just all too real. And hearing some shifting stories, like, you can tell when people are lying. And some of the ones that I've heard that are genuinely true are so incredibly real. And when I start giving out shifting stories and you start seeing how real it is, I'm going to not ever stop talking about how real it truly is. I really hope this kind of helped, but it is okay to have doubts. And just prove it to yourself. It is okay to think, oh my god, reality shifting isn't, what if it's not real? You can still shift. Literally, anti-shifters have shifted. I have seen so many videos or comments about people saying, I was an anti-shifter and then I shifted. And it literally proved it to me. So if an anti-shifter can shift, I promise you, you can shift. So just know that anti-shifters had converted to shifters because they've shifted. Yeah, I totally get wanting confirmation and needing that confirmation and validation. And I'm here to validate you. And it is okay. And if you want, you can help reprogram your mind to believe in shifting or just listen to subliminals. Yeah, so it's okay to have those doubts. It is okay. And last question, question 2. They only asked 2, so that's okay. And if shifting is real, I've been meditating and have felt super close to my DR, but I can't seem to get there for some reason. Do you have any sort of clue or guess why? Okay. I heard this on TikTok a few days ago. I'm gonna try and make this relate to this. But sometimes when we are like meditating or listen to a guided meditation or getting close to shifting and we start to feel connected to our DR, it's like we're too focused on the 3D and we're like, oh, we're not getting there. We're not there yet. Honestly, I would just suggest just letting it happen and just letting go and just accepting it. Just letting it kind of flow to you. Like, visualization to me is important during meditation. Like, I literally just imagine it coming forward to me and just perfectly relaxing and then just accepting that I have it. So those are kind of the steps I would do. I don't remember any of the steps I just said, so write them down. This is just something people have. I think it's just because you're a little focused on the 3D and you're like, why aren't I feeling the shift around me? And why aren't I there? And a lot of people also say, like, they don't feel reality shifting. A lot of people think you have to feel your reality change around you, and sometimes that just doesn't happen. That's not the case. Sometimes it just kind of clicks, right? I think it could also just be you're really focused on it. And you should just chill a little bit and just relax and just let it flow through you, or just enjoy the meditation itself. Maybe another thing you could do is like stop focusing on trying to shift and just enjoy the meditation and the relaxation you are feeling and the excitement of like, oh my god, I'm going to be there, like it's coming to me soon, like I'm feeling it, I'm shifting, you know, but also just like enjoy the meditation and the time you're having. So that could be another suggestion. I know you didn't really ask for suggestions, you kind of wanted to know why, so, but I kind of answered both. Alright, this one is from Alex with a little smiley face. Hello Alex, thank you for asking questions. What method do you personally prefer, or if you don't use methods, what do you usually do to shift, intention, or lucid dream method? Right now, lucid dream method is one of my favorites. So, and it's crazy. I probably could have had a lucid dream last night. I'm kind of upset about that. I was like, ooh, I really could have had a lucid dream last night. Actually, that dream almost turned to a nightmare. I don't really know what happened, but I had such a weird dream. Like, I don't even know. And it was like nightmarish, but I wasn't scared or anything. It was so weird. Sorry, really random. I'm just thinking like, oh, I could have had a lucid dream last night, but that's okay. I'll write it down and I'll have it next time. Question 2. Any tips for staying focused to shift and not falling asleep? This is one of my main problems. I try my hardest to shift and I deadass fall asleep. Okay. Alex. My sweetie, my pookie. I'm just kidding. I'm seriously joking. Doing a sleep method. Doing a sleep method. Or, okay. You can shift during the day if you want. Put on some headphones and shift during the day when you're more awake. Or have a nap in the day, and then you can try and shift through that. And then at night, when you're feeling a little more awake, try and shift then, if you prefer awake methods. This is if you're doing awake methods. You don't have to shift awake. You can shift while you're asleep. That's what sleep methods are for. So, honestly, if you keep falling asleep, I would just tell you to do sleep methods if you want to try them. I totally get wanting to do awake methods. I find awake methods kind of annoying for me. Maybe try some sleep methods. Just trust yourself that you'll wake up in your reality. And just tell yourself, like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna wake up in my reality. I'm so tired, I'm gonna fall asleep, and then just go to sleep and then wake up. There. I know it sounds so easy, because it is. So, that would be a suggestion. You don't have to stay awake to shift. You can fall asleep. It is okay. It is perfectly fine. You can fall asleep and shift. That's what sleep methods are for. So, or if you really want to do awake methods, yeah, the suggestion I did earlier, take a nap, and then if you like shifting at night, because I like shifting at night, then just nap during the day, and then you'll be more awake at night to try and shift. So, also saying, if you want to stay focused to not fall asleep, you can try counting. I know that can keep me awake. Or even just, like, tapping. Like, doing little taps, and then just, like, occasionally switch fingers. Like, but just do little taps to kind of just keep yourself awake. You know, if you want to do that. So that could work too. Or you can even listen to music while trying to shift, and then use the music as like visualization, and then script that when you wake up in your DR, you'll have the headphones and the same music as to whatever's playing, you know? So yeah, those are just some ways I could suggest for you. Hope those helped. Question 3, what do you think of race changing? I'm not really against it as long as people are not using to make fun of races or stuff like that. I'm honestly curious of your standpoint on this. That is a good question. Thank you so much. Honestly, I've had this same question on what other people think of race changing, because I don't know if I fully have an opinion for it. I don't see it as completely bad, just because that is your version of yourself there, you know? So it is literally you, just of a different race. So that's why I don't believe it is fully bad. If you're race changing just to be allowed to say slurs or stupid jokes and things like that, come on. Like, wake up. You don't, like, that's just fucking stupid. Like, you don't need to do that. But, like, if you're shifting to MHA, for example, and you want to script your Japanese, I don't really see a problem with that. Or you're scripting somewhere to be, like, black because if you're, like, family, let's just say one of your parents is black or whatever, and you're white here, I don't fully see a problem with it, as long as you're being respectful, and that is the version of you there. So I don't fully see a problem with it. I never understood why people saw a problem with it. I remember it was a huge thing in 2022. People were like, don't race change. That is not allowed, no. It's just as bad as having a killing DR. I'm like, whoa, oh my god. So that was just like an unspoken, not actually unspoken, fully spoken rule about shifting. I would like to hear people's opinions on why it's not allowed. I'm very open-minded. I'm open to hearing it. But to me, I don't think it's bad as long as you're not hurting anybody, right? So, and if you're doing it for the lore of your DR, and that's just how it has to work out in your DR, then I don't fully see a problem with it, you know? Question 4, what's something you'd say to your baby shifter self? Oh my god. Okay. Stop being delusional. Ooh, what are some things I would say? Oh my god. Now I'm like blanking. I swear I had so many answers for this. Let me think. Ooh, okay. Something, symptoms don't fully matter. And you're fine. You don't need to shift all the time and use it as escapism. Stop telling yourself you can't shift and you're not gonna shift. You freaking are. Stop trying so hard. Just be chill and just kind of be fine about it. Oh, wait, this is one. You have all the time in the freaking world. Stop rushing. Stop rushing. This is actually a huge one I would tell myself. Okay, wait, this is my real answer. Stop fucking rushing. You're fine. It's not going anywhere. Like, you're literally fine. Take your time. Stop rushing. Stop trying to get through your shows as fast as possible so you can shift there. Stop. Just chill. Chill. It's okay. You're gonna shift. It's not running away from you. You're okay. God. That is something I tell myself. I don't know why, but I was so rushing it. Like, I was like, oh my god, I need to finish these shows fast so I can shift to them, and like things like that. Like, dude, chill. It's okay. You're gonna shift, man. It's not rushing. You're psycho. Like, that is something I tell yourself. No more questions at the moment, but just wanted to say I'm a new subscriber and love your content so much. Aw, thank you so much, Alex. Oh my god, I really, really appreciate that. Oh my god, that just makes me so happy. Like, got me blushing. Oh my god. No, genuinely, that makes me so, so, so happy, and I'm glad my content is helping out. So, thank you so much, Alex. I see you and I love you. Alright, this person chose to remain anonymous. Anonymous. Okay, question 1. Okay, so they just have one question. It's a pretty nice, chunky paragraph. Question 1. I was wondering whether if I did shift to a reality in which I could learn a new language or subject that I'm struggling with and absolutely master it in that DR, would I be able to bring that knowledge back to my CR? Okay, I'm gonna be so honest with you. I've had this exact same question for myself. I have had so many questions like this for myself, and I've gotten a few answers. I feel like you don't fully know unless you fully shift. It's kind of hard to explain. If you script that you already have the knowledge in your DR, and then you come back here, I don't think you'll bring it back. But I think if you learn it in your DR... Okay, wait, actually I heard someone talk about this one time. Okay, wait, I'm gonna finish reading this entire thing, and then I'll answer. I know it sounds easier to just shift to a reality where I already have that knowledge and I'm good at those things, but I want to actively go through that process of learning, and why not do it in a pretty reality made for just that purpose, right? I'm just terribly crammed for time here to learn and work on things I truly love and want to help myself out a little bit. Does that make sense? I'm terribly sorry if it doesn't. No, it does make sense. It does, I promise. Actually, I'm sure we'd all love to hear some of your personal experiences with shifting and some story times too if you're willing, especially since we're all here trying to find some solid sources of information, and some of us are still trying to figure out differences between lucid dreaming, shifting, and maladaptive daydreaming. Thank you for taking the time to read through my sporadic paragraph. Absolutely. I love reading. Okay, so those are 2 different paragraphs. I will answer the first one first. I totally understand going to reality to help learn a language. It will help. This is what I believe. Please take this with a grain of salt. Please, because I don't fully know if this is how it works. But this is what I've heard someone else say who has shifted. So please take this with a grain of salt. But what I have heard is that you can, but when you learn things here, your brain starts growing and developing like different parts of it to retain and remember that information. That is how psychology works and things like that. So when you're going to another reality and you are learning all this stuff and you come back, you're not having those like learning capabilities as over there, but you're still gonna have the memories of learning it and you're gonna bring it back here. So I do think it will help, but I think it'll also help if you study a little bit here. I totally understand not needing time, but even just having 5-10 minutes of energy for here to learn a new language that you're also learning in that reality can also, I really think, help. Because I think once you start doing it there and bringing information back here, just reminding yourself here in this reality how to actually speak it, because I feel like you could forget. I don't fully know, but even just taking 5 minutes to just go on like a fucking website to find, or like there's probably apps to learn a language. Like let's just say you're learning Japanese or Russian or something. I'm just gonna use French as an example. I just named 3 different languages. God. Let's just pretend you're learning French, okay? If you're going to reality to learn French and then trying to bring it back here, it might be difficult. So go on like an app that teaches French and just go through it a little bit, and you'll probably remember some things. You'll probably be like, oh wait, I do remember how to say this. It's this. Just to help remind yourself and keep it up here as well. So you can definitely try, and I really, really hope it works out for you. That would be my suggestion, because I really, really don't know. Because I've never dealt with this before. So yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm not the person to help with language questions, because I don't really know much about it. But yeah, I would definitely ask people who have shifted and know multiple languages in their DR. So, but I do hope that kind of helped, learning it over there and then just practicing a little bit here at least, if you can. Here's some personal experiences with shifting and story times. What's one I haven't told yet? Ooh, memory I got from my Harry Potter DR is one that I should do. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Actually, I just thought of something. One of the first shifting experiences I've ever had. Oh my god. God, this isn't how you know it's old. My first ever DR was a Once Upon a Time DR. That was my first ever DR, and I'm proud to hold on to it. Well, sort of. That's such a difficult DR to script for, by the way. If you haven't seen Once Upon a Time, you're not really gonna know what I'm talking about, but to me, it was pretty difficult to script and figure out what I wanted. Not a great first DR, in my opinion. So, but one of the things I wanted to go, so Once Upon a Time is just like, it's like a show with like Disney adaptations, but within it. Look up Once Upon a Time. I really, really, really wish I could explain it to you. If you know what Once Upon a Time is, bless your heart. Anyway, for some reason, I was really, really obsessed with the Neverland whole thing, and I love Peter Pan. That was like my favorite Disney movie ever as a kid, and I love Peter Pan, like, and Neverland and the whole concept of it. Like, I love that movie and everything. So when I was so excited that Neverland was in Once Upon a Time, and I wanted to shift to that kind of Neverland because it was real life and not cartoon. While I was shifting, I was visualizing, right? And I call this a mini shift. I think that was like halfway in my DR. I don't really know if this was a dream or like, I think I was like slowly starting to fade into that reality, but I wasn't 100% there. But I was really fading into it. This is what I call like a real mini shift, because I was like halfway there. But anyway, I'm visualizing, right? I'm just visualizing the room I'm gonna wake up in, and I'm laying on a bed. And then my visualization just takes control for itself. And the door opens, and someone walks in and walking towards me. And then they like grab my shoulder to shake me awake. And like, I like felt a hand for a split second, and then it just turned to like vibrations and tingly. I don't know how to explain it. I know it sounds so weird, but my arm, like for a split second I felt a hand, and then it like turned into just a really, really weird shocking sensation, and I just felt my entire arm just tingle and my entire body just like shudder because I felt a touch. And I opened my eyes. I was like, what the hell? Because I just saw someone walk in like my visualization. It was like it was controlling itself, almost like a dream. But I felt something touch me. I don't know. It was weird. Maybe I was half asleep. I have no idea. But yeah. Okay. So that was one thing. So that was like my first shifting experience, I'll say. I don't know. I've also had memories from my Harry Potter DR. Like I had a dream. Sorry, I'm gonna make this really quick. This video is getting to be so long. I am so sorry for the long video. Yeah. Memory from my Harry Potter DR. It was a dream, but like I just know it was a memory. I don't know how to explain how I know it was a memory. It just was, because I'm scripting I'm gonna wake up on the train. And so I was traveling with Ron Weasley, and then I was meeting Hermione and Harry, because I scripted that my parents are friends with the Weasleys, and we're just like besties, and me and Ron have been childhood friends. Just because in another dream, I really can't remember it anymore, but like, no, I think it was this dream. It was this dream that like showed me that like I was childhood friends with Ron and like the Weasley twins and Ginny and everyone. And so like I was getting on the train, and like Molly was there with me, and she was just like patting me on my shoulder, like she was like so happy that I was going finally to Hogwarts, because I'm like a late student. I can talk about my Hogwarts CR. I'm probably gonna make a new script for it, actually. Similar concept, but a little different. And yeah, so I was getting on the train with Ron. That was like a little bit of a memory I had. So thank you so much for answering the question. And we have one last person. Myself, Pranjali. I hope I pronounced that right, but if you'd like, you can call me by Pepsi. Okay. Hello, Pepsi. Hello. They asked 6 questions. Question 1. Oh, I love how you put titles for them. Okay. Thank you, Pepsi. Question 1. Stuck. Well, recently, I tried reprogramming my mind to shift realities. The video was by a YouTuber called Rhea Singh. Yes, go check out Rhea. And I'm not sure if I did it right or wrong, but I didn't shift on the day I told myself I would. And a couple days later, I randomly woke up at 1 a.m. and I was like, all right, let's shift. And I didn't bother fixing my position, no subliminals, no nothing. Just me and affirmations. And I was sleeping with a brown blanket on in my CR. So I said, I'm gonna wake up in reality where I have a red blanket on and everything's still the same. When I wake up, I do in fact have a red blanket on. Oh my god! I was beaming with absolute joy, and then I was like, I want to go back. And I think it's because the difference in my CR and the reality where I shifted was so small that I didn't feel getting pulled back to my CR. So after that, I was motivated because I shifted even though it was small. The nights passed, and some days I just fell asleep, and some days I didn't feel like it. And time skipped to now, I genuinely don't know what's happening, but I've lost the zeal to shift. Like, there's this block that's always saying you're gonna wake up in your CR anyways, because I do in fact wake up in my CR even after trying. It's so frustrating because every time I try to shift, I just end up waking in my CR, and it just reinforces the belief that I'm not being able to go home. And it's so heartbreaking for me, and I don't know what to do. I did try messaging shifters who make content, but I didn't get any reply. I feel so stuck, so please help me out. I just want to fall asleep and wake up in my DR. Please forgive me for such a big paragraph. I just wanted to vent about everything since I don't have anyone to talk to about shifting. Aw, I'm so sorry, Pepsi. Oh my god. This is like getting so sad. I am so sorry, Pepsi. I am here for you, by the way. Okay, I see you. I love you. Honestly, okay, so I totally get that there's this block and that you're having doubts. I feel like I'm just recycling information I'm giving you, and I feel like I need to give you something new. And I'm gonna try and figure out what that could be, some new advice. Okay, I know a lot of what I'm gonna say is a little bit recycled throughout this. If I think of anything new I can say to you, I will try. But honestly, it's okay that you have doubts, and just don't let the doubts control you. And honestly, just kind of take them, and I would say just kind of just unfold them and just let them go. You know, just acknowledge them. Like, okay, this is telling me I can't shift, but I literally have. Just try and find logical ways. I'm a very logical person myself, so you can do something different if you want. But I would tell myself, I don't know why my doubts are telling me I can't shift when I literally did. I literally shifted to a reality where I changed my blanket to red. Just constantly remind yourself that you literally did shift. And you did it with, like, nothing. You literally just said, all right, let's shift. And you fucking did it like a master shifter. You literally acted like a master shifter would. So genuinely props to you. So first thing I would do is just kind of tell your doubts, like, it doesn't make sense, because my doubts don't make sense. because I literally have shifted. And just try to, don't force them away. Don't push them away. I saw someone say that doubts are like little siblings and they nag at you and nag at you. And the more you tell them to stop, the more they're gonna go. So just kind of just brush them off. Like, you're being stupid. And then just leave it, you know? Just find ways to just push the doubts away softly. Like, no. Or imagine a bubble around you that no doubts can get in. Or breathing exercises help me. Their doubts leave. And just affirmations that you can shift even with your doubts. Like, act like you're going to prove them wrong. Like, I'm going to prove you wrong. Watch, I will shift even with my doubts here. Act like you're going to prove them wrong. Another thing that maybe could help you is writing them down, maybe. Writing, like, act like you're transferring them onto a piece of paper, maybe. I just kind of thought of this, but... Are you okay? I don't think my dog's feeling too well. I don't know if you heard that, but he just let out the nastiest fart ever, and then my ear popped. Show some respect for my friend Pepsi over here, okay? Holy, I am so sorry about that. I will check on him. Oh my god. Anyway, after I was rudely interrupted, I would say writing them down could help. Maybe transfer your, like, doubts onto a piece of paper, you know? Send them away. Act like you're mailing them somewhere. I don't know, these are random things I'm thinking of. So, and just writing things down, like writing down this story, and remember how happy you are that you literally did shift and you aren't stuck anywhere. It's impossible to be stuck. I totally get feeling like you're stuck, but it's okay. You will get over this block. And you literally did shift. Another thing I can really tell you is remind yourself that you literally did shift with the smallest intention ever, and that you can do it again. You did it so effortlessly, you can do it again, and that you were meant for it. I really, really, really hope this helped. I wish I could give you more thought-provoking advice, like, oh my gosh, that was amazing, but this is really all I have right now. I'm so sorry. I'm doing my best. I love you. Question 2. Detachment from CR. I think I'm scared of laying in the starfish position because even though I've never had sleep paralysis, the experience that it may happen is terrifying. But the position does help me not feel my body anymore. So could you please suggest on how I can start detaching from my CR reality and CR self? I did make a video, I don't know if you've seen it, on how to disconnect from your CR. That was mostly throughout day-to-day life and not too many while you were shifting. I will tell you right now, I totally understand the fear of getting sleep paralysis. That is literally terrifying for me. Like, I hate the thought of getting sleep paralysis. I've never had it either, but it sounds absolutely terrifying. I feel like playing something to distract myself from sleep paralysis can help, like playing like soft music or white noise, just something I can listen to that a script will also be playing in my DR. Playing some ambience noises that could be in your DR. Like, let's just say you have a fireplace in your DR and you're gonna wake up hearing that. Find a little ambient noise on YouTube to play that, and then just start forming your DR around you. Start visualizing. I love doing like accounting, and I always suggest to myself, every breath I take and every number I count, I am getting closer and closer and closer to my desired reality by a huge jump. Like, I am just getting closer and closer. And then about maybe like the halfway point, I'll just tell myself, I am now in my desired reality. Like, I am exactly where I need to be. And then I like don't focus on the 3D, I just focus on what I'm doing, the sounds around me, and I'm like, yeah, this is exactly where I need to be right now. And then just count, and then think about what you're gonna do that day, and just the day you have planned. Like, just such boring, nuanced things, like, what outfit do I feel like wearing? I have like chores to do in the morning too. I probably gotta go do this chore or do this or do that. Like, start just planning out. That's what I would suggest, especially if you like doing starfish position. If you do get sleep paralysis, I know there are people who talk about ways to get out of sleep paralysis or even shift through sleep paralysis. So I'm sure you can find a video on that, or like astral projecting through that. Astral projecting is a little scary to me, but yeah, I do hope that helps. Question 3, beliefs. How do I mend my beliefs into helping me shift every time I want to go home? I want to flush my mindset and start new, like hit the restart. Ooh, okay. Again, I would just say intense reprogramming. I know I had a huge mindset flush, but I don't fully know what I did. I think I was just doing a lot of affirming. Something I do is, what I started doing was what I mentioned earlier. I started manifesting smaller things, like what you did with the blanket. Start manifesting small things like that, and then go bigger and bigger and bigger. And then just get comfortable with the idea that you shift all the time through that. And then you can start shifting your entire reality. So that can give you a good flush mindset and just starting new one. I would suggest that. Start with little manifestations, more and more and more, to just get you used to the idea that this happens. And because you literally shifted with such a small thing, like changing your blanket color, you know you can do it again. And just tell yourself, like, that is, okay, so far this is what's working for me. I need to start small and then go bigger. And try that maybe. Question 4, guided meditations. I always heard people say, OMG, I just did this guided meditation and I fell asleep and shifted. And when I try that guided meditation, I just end up with a good sleep. It's not that I'm not in flow. I do like guided meditations, but I'm literally doing the same thing as those people and I still don't end up shifting. Why is that? Also, guided meditations are like a double-edged sword for me. I do like them, but they remind me that I'm still in my CR when I hear those background noises in the video. Should I follow one or nah? I will be honest, I feel the exact same way. I use guided meditations for sleep methods because I don't like them as awake methods because, like you said, they kind of remind me that I'm in my OR, and just honestly, I would suggest ignoring the 3D and just acting like you're in a void and this is just a voice around you getting you to fully be in your desired reality. But I totally get that. So I would just use them for sleep methods. But like you said, you feel like they're not working the same way as they do with other people. I understand that too. I totally understand that too. I literally have this like same problem as you, girl. I literally feel the same way. I guess I would just try and find something that works for you, like your own thing. If you don't want to do guided meditations anymore, now I use them to help me fall asleep, because if I'm having trouble sleeping, I use them to help me fall asleep and then shift in my sleep. So that's what I've been using them for, because I don't know, they're just aren't super helpful for me. So that's all I can really tell you. Do what you think is best. If you want to keep trying them, you can. If you really don't want to, you don't have to, and you can try finding your own things to do. So yeah, I hope this was helpful in some way. Question 5, subliminals. I've always seen comments below sub videos saying, I've shifted with this so many times, I just fall asleep and woke up in my DR, and when I try them on, fall asleep, I just wake up here and it's annoying. What am I doing wrong? I just did what a vast majority did and it worked for them but not for me. So could you please give me some insight on that? I feel this too. Now, this is for me. I don't use subliminals to shift. I use subliminals to help my subconscious come to terms that I can shift. And you know what? Maybe this could help you. This is what I've been doing. I've been practicing my manifesting, and I've been practicing the concept that I get everything I want. I'm being a little bratty about it, right? Obviously, I'm still grateful. I'm still counting my blessings. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. I'm so grateful that I get everything I want. But I get everything I want. I want this. I get what I want. I want this, I get what I want. You can start small, like, I want a cup of water right now. I really want a cup of water. And then in like 5 minutes, go get yourself a cup of water, and then just be like, oh my gosh, I got my cup of water, I got what I wanted. Do things like that. Or like get your sibling to go get you a cup of water, and then when they do, like, oh my god, I got what I wanted. You know? Things like that. And then it really just starts coming into play and coming into life. And when you're listening to subliminals, to also change your subconscious's mindset and just telling yourself that you do get what you want, start telling yourself, I want to shift. I want to shift with this subliminal. And then as it's playing and changing the insight of your subconscious, it could help and it really could work. So that is something you could also try. And that is something I have been doing. So, and it seems to be working out pretty good so far. Even if you don't, okay, another thing. Even if you don't wake up in your desired reality, by the way, everybody can take this advice. I know I'm saying it to Pepsi right now. I'm saying it specifically for them, but everybody can take this advice. Everybody, because I know a lot of people struggle with this stuff too. Like, even me. So, take this advice as well. My ear got really itchy there. Shoot, what was I going to say? Oh my god. Wait, what was I going to say? Hello, Editor Tara here. So, while looking back at this, I finally remembered what I was going to say. I was basically just going to say, use the law of assumption and stop telling yourself that you didn't shift. Just wake up and tell yourself you shifted and like you had a great time in your DR, and then go about your day. Act as if you are shifting naturally. For some reason, I completely forgot what I was saying. I said everybody can use this. This isn't just Pepsi using it. But then there was something before that, and I literally forgot what I was saying. Oh my god. Maybe I was done with what I was saying. I don't remember. When I go back to edit this video, I'll probably add in a little clip of me saying what it was I forgot. So, I'm so sorry. If it was something important, I will definitely go back in and edit. So, question 6. Oh, I don't have any more questions. So, I want to say thank you so much. You took your time for reading my nonsense, and God bless for creating this Google form, because I was literally breaking down on who to ask about my doubts or just express what I'm going through. And I found out your channel recently, and I just love you and your spirit. Please spoil us with more shifting content, because I know a lot of people are stuck out here and just like me and need some help. Please don't ever change into those weird channels who don't help with shifting, but they just trap people. You know. We trust you and thank you for your content you make. Thank you so much. Mwah. Lots of love for you. Lots of love for you, Pepsi. Oh my god, thank you so much. Genuinely, okay, I'm gonna get a little sappy here. Let me put this down for a second. Okay, people. Genuinely, I have been getting so many comments from you guys saying how much you love my shifting content and how I'm bringing back shifting in 2025. Like, and I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. I promise you, I'm making a pinky promise right now. I am not going to give up on my shifting content, and there will always be shifting content for you guys. I know a lot of people do give up with their shifting content. I never really understand why. I just know some people are really busy and they don't want to do it anymore and things like that. But I'm really going to do my best to keep it up and really keep shifting in action. And I'm so sorry for the late replies on some of these. I don't know what day you put this in. So I just want to say, Pepsi, I'm so sorry for the late response. I was not ignoring you. I actually just checked my Google Forms yesterday, and I was like, I got so many replies. I had no idea, because I thought I would get a notification. I turned on my notifications to get a notification to tell me when someone replies, so then I don't ignore you guys, but I never got notifications telling me you guys replied. And so just yesterday, I was like, oh my god, so many people replied to things. People replied to my shifting confessions. People replied to all of them. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm either waiting until more people reply, so I have a little more to work with in a video. And I just found these out now. So I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring you, especially you, Pepsi. And I just want to thank you guys so much. That was also the last one. So I just want to thank you guys so much for responding to my Google Forms. It literally made me so happy. And I love doing this content for you guys. And I'm so glad you guys love it. I literally love all of you guys so much. I never thought I'd be saying this ever. I really didn't know how far my channel would go, but it's been growing pretty fast with you guys. So thank you. And I these Google Forms are really important too, because then they can make more videos for you guys, and then I can interact with the community, and I'm not just sitting behind a screen telling you guys things. I can interact with you guys, and that's really important to me too. Like, I just think as a shifting community, we should all be brought together and just be together with shifting, you know? Like, we're such a great community, genuinely. So, yeah. That's all I really have to say. Thank you to everyone who took the time to respond to my Google Forms. The Google Forms are in the description below. I have a shifting Q&A, shifting confessions. What was the other one? Shifting stories. They don't have to be shifting stories either. They could be mini shifting stories, stories you've heard from shift out creators, or really good advice you heard that could help. Maybe it's a lucid dream story. Anything. Stories are for literally everyone. That is one that I wanted for everyone to submit. So, yeah. And then I have one that's called a Link Your Shifting playlist, where I will review your playlist and what songs you listen to, and I will try to react to some of the songs, but I don't want to get copyrighted, so I probably won't be able to react to all of them. But yeah, I just love hearing about what you guys listen to and what reminds you of your DR, and maybe other people will listen to it and also get reminded of that in their DR. So I'm so sorry for the long video. Y'all are eating good tonight. So if you made it all the way to the end, so much love for you. Oh my god. Love to everyone who even clicked on this video. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and I enjoy making these, and I love you all so, so, so much. I will never stop saying it. I love you all. Happy shifting. You can all do it, and I will be making more content. I have a few more things planned. I have so much planned now, actually. Now that I have more responses in the Google Forms, I have so much more planned. I have a law of assumption video coming out hopefully soon. I'm on summer break, so I'll have more time to make shifting videos. Anyway, I'm ranting now. So, also suggestions for any kind of shifting content you want to see, put it in the comments. Any kind of shifting content you want to see, please put it down there so I have more to talk about. Anyways, guys, I love you all, and happy shifting. Bye!